Hello, everyone. How are we doing? I think that's a bit too loud to be totally honest, because you can hear it plenty. The voice not working that way. Lovely. How are we all doing? Whoa, everyone. Great stuff. Of course. Said some people, of course. Said no one. Said no only Joe. But yeah, I hope we're all keeping well. Because if you were looking at social media and the media in general, you would generally lose your mind. Because 24/7, oh, it's going to be a world war and this, that, and the other, it's you wonder why people have mental health issues when you literally see that in the media, like, oh, it's going to be a war, or this, these people been killed, and that post has been killed, and this other thing's happening. Like it'll drive anybody up the bend. Like it generally would drive people fucking insane. Excuse my language, but generally would, and it's all just fear mongering to be totally honest. Um, like to hear some of them in the media, like Jesus Christ. And you wonder why children are depressed and stuff. Because literally the news nowadays is just, oh, this has happened, this person's been killed, oh, this happened, and you know, it's quite sad to see what the world's coming to. I know we are a few minutes early too. Well, I mean by a few minutes, but maybe 5, 6 minutes, yeah, something like that. Chuck the dollar. Oi, fito. Let me see what's this. Living the life of Wiley. Um, uh, yeah, so there's a good bit to talk about, just kind of sorting it out here. There's a lot to talk about, obviously, what's happening in the Middle East, of course. But then again, there's some stuff in the United Kingdom. And then there's other stuff too. To do with Ireland, of course. So it is how we suppose we start in the Middle East. It's not just a great place to start at this stage. So where to start, I suppose, in that topic? So first of all, we all know the United States most likely will get involved. I think anybody can see that coming because you can see them. They're moving in aircraft carriers and stuff off the coast of Israel, and the United Kingdom too is moving military aircraft to Cyprus and stuff. So it is like the United States will probably get involved sometime this week, later on this week, probably. What I mean by later on Saturday or so. Because the United States, the one country in the world, you can't question, or you cannot, say you can't, Israel has a right to defend themselves, etc., etc. There's such a thing with Israel and the United States. That literally any other country, like Israel, could probably go over and cause, they could probably bomb Europe. Let's put it that way, and the United States would still take the side of Israel. If they just went in the morning and bombed a random country in the European Union, take for example, in Europe, for no reason, like literally just went and done it for no reason. They would pretty much take the side of Israel, like the United States, which is quite insane. But it just goes to show how much pull Israel has in the United States of America. You're not allowed to talk about it, but you really have to question why this is happening, to be honest. because there's a lot of people being killed. And I suppose that's the thing we're missing sight of, that there was a lot of people being killed, and it's all kind of just senseless violence. To be totally honest, it's all senseless. It just doesn't make any sense. That's true. Why people be literally blowing it, like pretty much just benefit no one but the military industrial complex, on every side pretty much. It's not benefiting anybody. It's the same with the United States getting involved in the morning. That really means young American men and women be going over to the Middle East to be killed in the Middle East. Benefits nothing to the United States, pretty much, I'm trying to say, because the only people who are benefiting is the political leadership and, of course, the military-industrial complex. There's money to be made there, but for the only American Joe, not so much. Hello, Gordon. Speaking with the only American Joe, how are you doing? Are you looking forward to the United States winning democracy? Democracy and freedom. Oh, who's that? How are we keeping it going? I hope we're well. No. Which no? No to what? Oh, you're talking about that regard, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about too much because, they probably won't need. Like, the United States has a big enough army, what I'm trying to say. They won't be looking for, conscripts and stuff anytime soon because they have a huge army, the United States of America. So they won't, conscript people because they already still have enough. Yeah, it's better not to pay any attention, but, I suppose you have to kind of pay attention to it because it's such a big thing. Like, even the price of oil and, petrol is going up too across the world. Because obviously that's what the majority of the oil comes from, the Middle East, from Iraq and stuff like that, the Saudi Arabia and all that. So the price of oil has gone up because obviously it's a lot more dangerous situation and stuff. And it's harder to get it transported safely and all that. Yeah, good. But we should see, because it's hard to know at the moment will the United States do it. As Tony right, he could be right, but it does seem likely the United States would do something, or the United Kingdom, because they moved aircraft carriers and stuff closer to Israel, and then the United States is sending loads of planes and stuff to Europe. So I presume that's what they're doing, unless it's just to fight, because Donald Trump's trying to intimidate Iran a bit, in all this talk, and but it's very clear that Iran won't give up, pretty much. Like the supreme leader of Iran pretty much said today, they have no intention whatsoever to bend the knee. So they're pretty much Iran's going to probably fight to the end. They're not going to give up, what I'm trying to say. Without a real fight, without a severe fight. It's only good news. It probably is a bit of good news later on. But that'll be about it. But sadly, it's just, it's a sad thing. Oh yeah, of course you have a right to be scared. How are they going to say, oh, you should be jumping up and down and stuff? Everybody should be right this weekend, but I don't think it do much harm to Europe. It probably do harm to the United States and stuff, in terms of the people that set over there, but there won't be probably many. Because pretty much now warfare is about drones and stuff. an aircraft. There's not so much boots on the ground like Iraq. Um, but maybe they will put. It's hard to know what Donald Trump's thinking. But we all know Donald Trump will go to Benjamin Netanyahu's side. Like as I said, they could go and bomb Europe in the morning, and they still would go to Israel's aid, and that's what they would do because Israel has such a pull in the United States. It shouldn't have as big of a pull as they do. Yeah, that's something. I don't know. That's what I was just saying to you. I don't know where they, but it most likely be just drone strikes, and aircraft strikes. That's about it. I don't think it'd be boots on the ground. Hello, Devon. Sorry. I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but I don't foresee it. But I say it'd be drones more. And that'd be probably it, pretty much. It's hard to know, but it'd be different if Donald Trump said directly what he was going to do. But I suppose it'd be stupid to say directly, "Oh, we're going to bomb Iran." It doesn't make sense. Oh, it's not even that too. There's other things behind it too. While Israel has a huge pull in the United States, it's not even because of the fate or whatever. It's more than that. It's far more than that. Because there's huge lobbyists in Congress and stuff for Israel. Huge, absolutely huge. Like you see all the American congressmen, Game On and stuff, Lindsey Graham, jumping up and down about war. Like they're getting a huge amount of money. Every congressman, every congresswoman in the United States is jumping up and down, about going to war with Iran, same thing. Because again, there's a huge lobby in the United States for it, and there's huge money being made from it. And at the end of the day, it's all about money. Oh, say can you see? So, moving on to the United Kingdom at the moment. The United Kingdom, the House of Commons, voted yesterday, and it's to do with abortion. Now, I know some people straight away have a hissy fit, I suppose, about this, but it's to do with abortion. And obviously, people are very, very upset, and so rightly so. In my opinion, too, it's very not right what's happening. Because it pretty much what the United States House of Commons have passed yesterday pretty much decriminalizes abortion. So pretty much you can literally have your baby and abort it pretty much within the last few days of you become like having the baby, like actually giving birth to the baby. You can kill your baby pretty much at any time, which is evil if you ask me. At any time, literally late stage pregnancy and stuff, you can kill your baby literally before it's born, and it's totally legal now. It's the same nearly if they're born, you nearly can kill your child now. Like if he's straight out of the womb, you can nearly kill him. Like literally, that's what they're suggesting. Which is total. If you ask me, it's total Satanism. That's to be totally honest. Now, I know some women. I'm not blaming the women in a lot of these cases because some of them are after traumatic circumstances, etc., etc. But it's the government that I'm blaming because they shouldn't have done it. This is insane. Regardless if you agree with it or not, but it's literally insane. Literally last minute abortions, pretty much. It's a sad state of affairs, and especially because the UK, the House of Commons, only a few weeks ago, passed the assistant dying bill. Pretty much, they want to kill off elderly people that are not able to walk and stuff, and they just want to pretty much kill them. Now, straight away, there's a lot to be said about the assistant dying bill and assisted suicide and stuff in terms of terminally ill people. But I don't know, it can be abused in many different ways, unfortunately. Um, I wish you could trust your government, like in the UK and other countries. You know, but that's just my opinion. I know some people disagree with that, but it's just the way I see it. To be totally honest with you, I don't see it as white. To be totally honest. Like it is totally wrong. I think the majority of people can see that. Like literally looking, like the House of Commons voted overwhelmingly to decriminalise abortion. Um, like overwhelmingly, I think there was a majority of 248 or something like that in the House of Commons yesterday. Um, so a huge amount of people voted for it. Yeah, so here we are. It was 379 yes, which is 380, you pretty much can say. No, it was 137. So I don't know, does these MEPs have any conscience? Peter answer. I don't think they do. A lot of these MEPs, I don't think they have any kind of morality or any kind of heart at all, whatever. But I don't know. But hopefully, maybe they go back in it. But I don't know. As they go through to the Lords, um, we see what happens to those. But I deem it as very wrong. Um, but you know, I can see a lot of people like if from the UK. I suppose as an Irish person, have no right to really say what they should be doing in the House of Commons and stuff. But I do deem it as evil, like literally Satanism, if you ask me. Um, but yeah, there's a huge amount of people talking about it in the UK because I just see it all over Twitter. There's so many people from the UK. What they should have probably done if they were going to do something like this. And again, I'm not from the United Kingdom or that sit in the United Kingdom, but they should have had a national referendum on it and let the people decide. Because I think these kind of issues and stuff and different kind of society things, like abortion and stuff like that, to be totally honest, even though in a sane society you wouldn't be asking, should we kill our unborn children and stuff? You know, it's hard to know what to say, but you know, it's just in my opinion, it's just evil. And I know some people disagree with that, but that's democracy. Yeah, we are just talking about Joe. We're just talking about England now about the thing the House of Commons passed yesterday, abortion, decriminalising abortion. Yes, that's it. But yeah, I said all I had to say on it. I know we'll probably start that debate again, but pretty much I deem it as very evil. And I don't know what these people in the House of Commons were. What these people in the House of Commons, what kind of soul they have. Do they have any soul at all? But I don't know. I don't think they do, a lot of them. I don't think any of the politicians really has much soul left. But yeah, I suppose they do what they do. There's not really much anybody can do, but I do think it should have been a national referendum on it. Yeah, like I always kind of was against abortion, anyway. Only in like very rare circumstances, in terms of when the mother's life is at risk, um, and other circumstances. I talked about this many times before, back years ago. But in terms of you know, I think it should be very limited in terms of that. Like literally at the moment, there's something like 55,000 children last year or so was aborted in this country here in Ireland. It's a huge amount of children. But well, we were told in the referendum here when that was legalised that it would be a rare incident of abortion. But you know, I don't know about 55,000. I don't think so, Chief. Yeah, it is evil, but it's hard to know what to say. It's, you can only say so much, I suppose. So yeah, just going back to the Middle East for a second. Most likely there will be a stage event, like a false flag you may use, um, because it is very likely there might be a staged event in terms of something will happen in the United States who say, "Oh, time to go to war with Iran," and the United Kingdom, and then France, the West, because they'd be like, "Oh, something happened here," all that. Because I say that's probably what's going to happen next. To be a false flag. Oh, I do something real like real thing happen. But I say it'd be a false flag because that's usually how wars really start. In terms of a false flag operation to try and get, it's the same with Iraq. We were told there's weapons of mass destruction. Huge weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, and they found nothing. They literally found nothing. Literally found no weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. Because again, that was a false flag saying, "Oh, they have weapons of mass destruction. The world was in imminent danger." Obviously, they tried this now, saying Iran had nuclear weapons, etc. Were processing nuclear weapons, etc. But at the moment in time, uh, you know, oh, and the oil too, of course. But you're not supposed to talk. That's to bring in democracy and freedom, of course. Allegedly, of course, too. Allegedly. Oh, well, World War One, yeah, well, that's a different story. But the thing about the First World War was that a lot of countries wanted to kind of beat each other up anyway. So that was just kind of the spark that ignited the fuse, pretty much. Because what the Austrian-Hungarian Empire said to Serbia at the time, the demands after the Archduke was assassinated, was completely unreasonable. Pretty much give up your whole country and everything, pretty much. Uh, and of course, Europe was very much on the knife edge in many, in terms of Germany and in terms of um, other countries fighting, empires fighting among each other. You get what I'm saying? So there's bound to happen at some stage, the First World War. Um, Mountbatten, no, no. Um, um, uh, so yeah, we move on to Ireland. We move on to the news from Ireland instead of talking about the world. Let me find where I am. Good question. Where am I? So a former Cohilocht of Cavan County Council. Um, we talked about this a good while ago. He's up in court for stealing money from a charity, nearly 200,000 euro. Um, Now, um, he's still not been sentenced for it. Um, he's in continuous bail. What? Are you mad? Are you mad? Like, are you mad? Are you mad? Excuse my language, but are you mad? Is this judged well? Sorry. So yeah, this is the former Cahirlock, the Lord Mayor, pretty much. Um, yeah, so it's still a good bit of money. But this line here, free legal aid was provided. I don't know if you know this, but he's the former Lord Mayor of Cavan. He's a former councillor. How is he getting free legal aid? Like, surely to God, surely, surely, surely he has the money to pay himself instead of getting a public appointed attorney. Surely, like as a councillor, like you surely, like surely he has. Like surely, like good God, he surely didn't need free legal aid. Like that's a video the other day. I was just saying about legal aid and stuff like that, and there we go. I've been people say no, legal aid sometimes can come in handy for people. But there you go. A former councillor, like I don't know about that one, Chief, but he doesn't look like a man that needs a public appointed attorney. But the taxpayer shouldn't be paying for it. I'm sure to God, if he can steal that amount of money, he must have them. He has money somewhere to pay for it. Or he should be made pay back for the rest of his life. Or he should be made pay back the money he stole, of course, but So there we go. Free legal aid. Great stuff. So you can be a former councillor now and literally rob a charity. It's fucking mad. I'm going to just talk shit in the community post about it. But surely, like, I'm sure people can see where I'm coming from here. Like, sure to God, he doesn't need the fucking the Irish taxpayer paying for him. Surely he must be able to afford his own fucking house. Not house, but his own fucking what do you call it? Court case. His own house. Also to do with the nursing homes, the two nursing homes that were in that video a few weeks ago from RTE. Since 2022, actually, 2022, there's been over 198 complaints to the Health and Safety Authority about the care homes, the two care homes put together. And nothing really done about it. Nothing was ever really done about it. Yeah, it doesn't make much sense, but logic doesn't exist. Doesn't exist in the Western world anymore. Also, the family of Joseph Pushka, if you remember him, the person who killed Ashley Murphy, their family are up. I think his brother, his sister, and his wife or girlfriend, whatever, are up where they've been charged with preventing the what do you call it? Preventing the course of justice. Yeah, that's the word. Because they've withheld information relating to the murder of the Gaudi, pretty much. So they pretty much took up for murder. A person that killed a person in cold blood. These people pretty much took up for a murder. Like, even though it's their relation, they still took up for them and tried to cover up a murder. And withheld information, of course, too. From a Gaudi, but pretty much the same thing. We're holding information and preventing the course of justice. But obviously, they should be sent home. That's the only solution really for them. send them home, send them back to the one country to cause a bit of trouble for what they're over there, uh, because they're no good to us here in this country. For lying about a murder, like for defending the person that literally murdered and burning the clothes too of the individual who committed the murder. So literally, the only four they get send them home. So what's that? Send them back to wherever they come from. Let them stay there. And I think that's fair. I think that's fair enough. Because it's quite a serious thing. It's not like they stole a few lollipops from the shop. It's a serious and it's a very serious offence. I wouldn't mind now if they didn't know, if they generally didn't know and they were being accused in the wrong. But it does seem like they knew, like they definitely knew, because obviously Joseph Pluska had bloody clothes, etc., from the night when he killed Ashley Murphy. And they burned the clothes. So obviously they knew he must have been done something. Either maybe he didn't know that he killed a person, but he probably thought he assaulted them or bet them up, whatever. But I suppose we could go on for hours. Um, but at least justice has been done. I know that they're up, and there's no word of what they're going to do with them. Probably find them or something. Probably send them to prison for a while. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But yeah, it was terrible how it wasn't like I thought it'd be a close enough vote. I didn't know which way it was going to go, but I thought it'd be very close. But two was a majority of 200 and something for the yes, which I don't know, you know. But I suppose Labour does have the numbers. Um, you know, there's not that many Conservatives and Tories don't exist anymore. Reform only has 4 or 5, isn't it? So regardless, anyway, there was not much that could have been done. Uh, do, 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 do. Sorry, I'm just reading this now here. Sorry. Um, so I'm just reading this. See, um, um, see, sorry, there's a lot going on at the moment. Well, my head's at. Give me a moment. There's far too much going on in this country, across the world too. There's just far too much. I'm just looking at other stuff here that you would be here for an hour for discussing everything in every detail. Surely. Sorry, give me a moment. Bigly. I wish I could spell. Oh god, I don't know how to spell. Yeah, the YouTube game might get very upset. Uh, you might be committing thought crime. Um, Sorry for that. I was just writing up a community poster. Do you know what we probably do? We just kind of chill out and chat. How does that sound? Because to be totally honest, I'm a bit I'm a bit tired to be totally honest. So we just chill out for a few minutes. How does that sound? What is that? Um, yeah, no, I'm just kind of watching the news at the same time. Well, not the news, but social media, just to see what's happening. Um, doesn't seem like much has happened now in the last while. Um, so the last thing I'll probably just say tonight is to do with what they call it, the rent cap areas. Now the government has changed a lot how you can rent and stuff, evictions, etc., etc. Pretty much what I'm trying to say is, it pretty much benefits the landlord. Like it doesn't benefit the person that's renting the property, and it doesn't benefit the person that's struggling to pay the bills. The only person who benefits is the landlord. That's pretty much it. Uh, it doesn't benefit the only Joe who's struggling to pay the bills. Yeah, it doesn't benefit them whatsoever. So pretty much, achieves nothing. And the other thing, actually, just before I say anything else, is to do with City West in Dublin. Now, obviously, the government had contracted City West for a long time since COVID and stuff, and now they've completely bought it for refugees, pretty much. So the government owns it for 100 and something million for refugees and stuff. So pretty much is now for refugees. That hotel is gone. So obviously, people in the local area are very upset with it, which rightly so. Because the City West Hotel used to be known as one of the most popular hotels in the country. Yeah, well, it should be in court. If right was right. Um, so we still don't know. Just actually another thing. So we still don't know when the presidential election is going to be here. We still don't know when that's going to be. we know it's in November. We don't have a date yet, so we still don't have any kind of date on when it's going to be. Um, so who knows? In that regard. So we should probably wait and see. But presumably, because the Irish Constitution, I think it has to be done before the 11th of November. And actually, speaking of the presidency and stuff, Conor McGregor, you probably heard about him. He's going for the presidency. For people who haven't heard about it, but pretty much he's, I think, hit or assaulted two people in Tel Aviv, or not Tel Aviv. Sorry, that's his way. He assaulted people in Spain. So. So he has a habit of assaulting people, to be totally honest. Like, he does have a habit of assaulting people. My eyes itchy now. Such an awkward spot to talk about, anyway. But yeah, so we don't know what it was about. So Conor McGregor did hit a nightclub somewhere in Spain. Now we don't know what it was. Now we don't know what it was about, or why did he do it, or what was the story. But it seems like it was drug, or I don't, something else. But still doesn't excuse what he did, of course. But he has a habit of hitting people, because he did hit a person before in a pub here. So he seems like to have a bad habit of hitting people, which is not great, especially somebody who's going for the presidency that's just going around hitting people. Especially because, again, being a UFC fighter and stuff like that, you could kill a person literally by nearly hitting them. But yeah, I think we might leave it there for tonight because I am a bit tired. And I find myself being a bit tired. I'm not as energetic maybe as I should be, probably. It's a long day. So we might just leave there. Just make sure there's nothing really else urgently that I need to talk about. Itchy eye. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for tonight. Anything else? No, so we should be back. What day? We're Wednesday now. I'm forgetting what day. Joe Biden. Hopefully Saturday. All going well. Saturday we'll be back. There'll probably be one or two videos up in the meantime. So we leave it there. Thank you, everyone. Oh, I know, but going for the presidency, if somebody, say for example, you're the president of Ireland, and you disagree on Conor McGregor on your ice cream take, for example, what ice cream flavor you like, you can't just go and punch someone in the face. That's not how it works, and shouldn't really work that way too. We bad, of course, but the time that he did punch somebody in Dublin, the man pretty much said to him, it was an older man. He said he didn't like the way he was at, like it's UFC fighting or whatever, his attitude or something like that. But you can't just do that, hello, Tony. We're just about to go, so. But you know what I'm saying. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your night, and goodbye.